It's a milestone year for the Children's Home Society. The nonprofit that helps kids who come from troubled backgrounds is now in its 125th year. Donations from the public have been a vital financial source to keep children's home programs running throughout the years. Perry Groten opens the cover to a new book that benefits the Children's Home Society in tonight's Eye on KELOLAND.
The young man in this tale is by no means a fool.
Writing a children's book has become a Christmas literary tradition for Tom Roberts.
He would not go to church
The
with
Sioux
them.
Falls author has just penned his 6th holiday-themed book, On That One Christmas Eve.
And inside the barn he turned on a light so the birds would know the way in.
The book is based upon a Christmas tale newsman Paul Harvey shared with his national radio audience back in the 1960s.
The story had a lot of meaning to me. It resonated with me after 50 years, actually, and decided I was going to attempt to revive this story and modernize it, bring it up to date, and put my own little poetic flair to it.
Just like Roberts' previous books, all sales from On That One Christmas Eve will go to the Children's Home Society.
It's just been so heartening to see how many people across the state have come out in support not only of the story and the book, but the mission behind the story.
Sales from Roberts' 5 previous Christmas-themed books have raised $1.2 million for the Children's Home Society, a much-needed financial gift for the holidays and beyond.
We're always anxious to see what Tom has up his sleeve for a new story, and then the sponsors jump in and they help, and then everybody can help. Hey, you know, you can buy a book for $20 and help the children's home kids.
Most of the funding for the Children's Home Society's $20 million annual budget comes from the federal government. 17% comes from private donations. So the sales of Roberts' books over the past 16 years have been a big benefit for the kids who come here for help.
Whether it's residential treatment and foster care and adoption or forensic interviews, basically it's helping all the programs of Children's Home Society.
It was a thud, and then another.
Roberts' Christmas connection with Children's Home began 28 years ago when he played the role of Santa Claus during a holiday party.
It was the first time I'd ever been introduced here to the kids, and I only had to meet them once, and they kind of grab onto your heart and they don't let go. And so when we were looking at producing my first book, we wanted to do it as a family mission project for a charity, and they were the first that came to mind.
Roberts' latest book is the story of a college student going through a crisis of faith who questions the meaning behind that very first Christmas.
Sitting at home while his folks go to church, he sees this group of birds outside his window, and he takes pity on them. And by him showing a little compassion towards these birds, he rediscovers his faith.
Roberts has sold more than 52,000 copies of his Christmas books. He hopes sales will be strong again for his latest project, a tale of how birds can teach us all about belief.
He would always remember that one Christmas Eve when a cluster of birds helped him to believe.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Perry Groten.
Roberts will be one of the exhibitors at the South Dakota Festival of Books, which starts Thursday in Sioux Falls. If you would like to order a copy of his new book, we have a link under this story at KELOLAND.com.